yajnanam. So I think you can repeat after me. Aham hi sarva yajnanam.
Aham sarva yajnanam.
Bhokta cha prabhur evacha.
Bhokta cha prabhurevacha.
Na tumam abhijanati.
Na tumam abhijanati.
Tatvenatas chayanti te.
Tatvenatas chayanti te.
I am the only enjoyer.
I am the only enjoyer.
And master of all sacrifices.
And master of all sacrifices.
Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature, fall down. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Here it is clearly stated that there are many types of yajna, performances recommended in the Vedic literatures. But actually all of them are meant for satisfying the Supreme Lord. Yajna means one should only work for satisfying yajna or Vishnu, the perfectional form of human civilization, known as Varnashrama Dharma, is specifically meant for satisfying Vishnu. Therefore, Krishna says in this verse, I am the enjoyer of all sacrifices. Because I am the Supreme Master. Less intelligent persons, however, without knowing this fact, worship demigods for temporary benefits. Therefore, they fall down to material existence and do not achieve the desired goal of life. If, however, anyone has any material desire to be fulfilled, he had better pray for it to the Supreme Lord, although that is not pure devotion. And he will thus achieve the desired result. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. This is a statement by Lord Krishna. And in the 9th chapter, text 24. So it's very important to understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the owner of everything. Why? Because he's present in our hearts as Paramatma. So he owns this body that we have. Without Krishna's presence in our hearts, this body would not function. And on top of that, Krishna is the best well-wisher of all living entities. He's always thinking about the welfare of his devotees. And he gives knowledge, understanding, and transcendental knowledge of who he is to his devotee. Therefore, it says here, less intelligent persons, without knowing who Krishna is, worship demigods for temporary benefit. Therefore, they fall down to material existence and do not achieve the desired goal of life. If, however, anyone has any material desire to be fulfilled, he had better pray for it to the Supreme Lord Krishna, although that is not pure devotion, and he will thus achieve the desired result. Okay, so this begs the point: what is the pure devotion? Pure devotion means one has no material desires. One has desires, but they're pure desires to please Krishna, but not material desires to please our own senses. Now, Krishna has a body. His body is transcendental, and he has these transcendental senses. So, if we engage in pleasing the senses of Krishna, then we become purified also. But if we simply work in this lifetime to please our own senses, ignoring Krishna's senses, then we become trapped in a cycle of birth and death. So it's very important to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and regularly hear about Krishna, chant the holy names of Krishna, eat only sacred food that's been offered to Krishna and given back by Krishna as prasadam, and in this way regularly read Bhagavad Gita like we are right now, and engage in seva or service, practical service to please Krishna. So there are many ways of serving Krishna. For example, one may clean the temple. One may go on Sankirtan with us every Saturday, chanting Hare Krishna. One may work in the kitchen, washing the pots, or one may serve prasadam to the other devotees. There's so many different services one can perform in the temple. And one becomes purified by engaging in those services which are meant to please Krishna. Therefore, we don't have to be like Tarzan and be some Superman. No, we have to be humble devotees who engage in love and devotion for Krishna. And Krishna says, you can offer me a leaf, a water, I will accept it. So, we shouldn't be stingy though. If we have more than a leaf and a water, we should offer that. But if we don't have anything, but still, everybody can get a leaf and water and offer it to Krishna. So, Krishna says, therefore, Krishna says in this verse, I am the enjoyer of all sacrifices because I am the Supreme Master. Less intelligent persons, however, without not knowing this fact, worship demigods for temporary benefit. Therefore, they fall down to material existence and do not achieve the desired goal of life. If, however, anyone has any material desire to be fulfilled, he had better pray for it to the Supreme Lord, although that is not pure devotion, and he will thus achieve the desired result. So what is pure devotion? That means that one has no material desire. One only has desires to please Krishna. It's not that one has no desires. No, one has no material desires, but one can have myriad desires to please Krishna. So that is the position of a genuine devotee. He is always engaged in satisfying Krishna by his love, by his service of love and devotion for the Lord. Okay, so the takeaway today from this purport is the following. they're not eternal. But if you go to Krishna and pray to him, Krishna can give you eternal benediction. Even if you ask Krishna for something material, he will help you achieve what you want, but at the same time, you become purified and lose your desire to have that type of sense gratification that you want. So it's very important to have a serious relationship with God, and that is attained by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and engaging regularly in a devotional service, coming to the temple, doing seva in the temple, and hearing classes in the temple, and bowing down to the deities, and taking part in the chanting and the dancing. All these things are transcendental activities. They're not mundane activities. Okay, so in this purport it says, here it is clearly stated that there are many types of yajna, performances, recommended in the Vedic literatures. But actually, all of them are meant for satisfying the Supreme Lord, Krishna. Yajna means Krishna. In the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly stated that one should only work for satisfying Yajna or Vishnu. The perfectional form of human civilization, known as Varnashram Dharma, is specifically meant for satisfying Vishnu or Krishna. Therefore, Krishna says in this verse, I am the enjoyer of all sacrifices. Excuse me. Because I am the Supreme Master. Less intelligent persons, however, without knowing this fact, worship demigods for temporary benefit. Therefore, they fall down to material existence and do not achieve the desired goal of life. Excuse me. If, however, anyone has any material desire to be fulfilled, he had better pray for it to the Supreme Lord, although that is not pure devotion, and he will thus achieve the desired result. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Here's some tissues. Forgive me. Yanti Deva Vrata Devam Pritchin Yanti Pritrivrata Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja Yanti Ma Yajinopimam. Please repeat after me. Yanti Deva Vrata Devam Pitrin Yanti Pitrivrata Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja Yanti Mad Yajinopimam. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me, meaning Krishna, will live with me. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. If one has any desire to go to the moon, the sun, or any other planet, one can attain the desired destination by following specific Vedic principles recommended for that purpose, such as the process technically known
technically known
as Darsha Purnamasi.
as Darsha Purnamasi.
These are vividly described
These are vividly described
in the fruitive activities
in the fruitive activities
portion
Portion
of the Vedas,
of the Vedas,
which recommend a specific worship
which recommends a specific worship
of demigods
of demigods
situated in different heavenly planets.
situated in different heavenly planets.
Similarly,
Similarly,
one can attain the Pita planets.
one can attain the Pita planets.
Those are our forefathers.
Those are our forefathers.
By performing a specific yajna.
By performing a specific yajna.
Similarly,
Similarly,
one can go to many ghostly planets
one can go to the many ghostly planets
and become a yaksha,
and become a yaksha,
raksha,
raksha,
or pisacha.
or pisacha.
Pisacha worship is called black arts
Pisacha worship called black art
or black magic.
or black magic.
There are many men who practice this black art,
There are many men who practice this black art
and they think that it is spiritualism.
and they think that it is spiritualism.
But such activities are completely materialistic.
Such activities are completely material.
Similarly, a pure devotee
Similarly, a pure devotee
who worships the Supreme Personality of Godhead
who worships the Supreme Personality of Godhead
only achieves the planets of Vaikuntha
only achieves the planets of Vaikuntha
and Krishna Loka
and Krishna Loka
without a doubt.
without a doubt.
It is very easy to understand
It is very easy to understand
through the important verse
through the important words
that if simply worshipping the demigods,
simply worshipping the demigods,
one can achieve the heavenly planets,
one can achieve the heavenly planets,
or by worshipping the Pitas,
or by worshipping the Pitas,
achieve the Pita planets,
achieve the Pita planets,
or by practicing black arts,
or by practicing black art,
achieve the ghostly planets.
achieve the ghostly planets.
Why can the pure devotee
Why can the pure devotee
not achieve the planet of Krishna?
not achieve the planet of Krishna?
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately,
many people have no information
many people have no information
of these sublime planets
of these sublime planets
where Krishna and Vishnu live.
where Krishna and Vishnu lives.
And because they do not know of them,
And because they do not know of them,
they fall down.
they fall down.
Even the impersonalists
Even the impersonalists
fall down from the Brahmajyoti.
fall down from the Brahmajyoti.
The Krishna consciousness movement
Krishna consciousness movement
is therefore distributing sublime information
is therefore distributing the sublime information
to the entire human society,
to the entire human society,
to the effect that by simply chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra,
to the effect that simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra,
one can become perfect
one can become perfect
in this life
in this life
and go back home,
and go back home,
back to Godhead.
back to Godhead.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
So, if one wants to attain perfection in this life, one should take up seriously continually chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra every day, even every minute of the day. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Therefore it says, simply chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become perfect in this life and go back home, back to Godhead. Haribo. That is our takeaway for today. You want to go back to Godhead? Simply chant Hare Krishna every day. Nothing could be more simpler than that. You don't have to be a rocket engineer to understand this. But if you are sincere and sincerely chanting Hare Krishna every day, you actually feel the presence of Krishna in your heart, and you will actually feel Krishna leading you to to make the right decisions in your life and protecting you from all negative things. Therefore, the best education someone can have is Krishna consciousness. Excuse me. Krishna consciousness education teaches you who Krishna is and how to please Krishna. If you do those two things, Hare Krishna. Jai. Okay, so now we'll continue. You can repeat after me. Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Patram puspam phalam toyam.
Yo me bhaktya prayachati.
You me bhaktya prayachati.
Tataham bhakti uparitam. So this is a wonderful verse. And it says, if one offers me, meaning Krishna, with love and devotion, a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. Purport by His divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. You can repeat after me. For the intelligent person, it is essential to be Krishna conscious. Engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. In order to achieve a permanent, blissful abode for eternal happiness. The process of achieving such a marvelous result is very easy and can be attempted even by the poorest of the poor, without any kind of qualification. The only qualification required in this connection is to be a pure devotee of the Lord. Okay, what does that mean? That means that a pure devotee of the Lord has no material desires, but the pure devotee of the Lord has many desires to please God or Krishna. Some people think, well, no desires. No material desires, but you can have myriad spiritual desires, say. So you should not get, let's say, misguided. So it says, the process of achieving such a marvelous result is very easy and can be attempted even by the poorest of the poor without any kind of qualification. The only qualification required in this connection is to be a pure devotee of the Lord. It does not matter what one is or where one is situated. The process is so easy that even a leaf or a little water or fruit can be offered to the Supreme Lord in genuine love, and the Lord will be pleased to accept it. No one, therefore, can be barred from Krishna consciousness because it is so easy and universal. Who is such a fool that he does not want to be Krishna conscious by this simple method and thus attain the highest perfectional life of eternity, bliss, and knowledge? Krishna wants only loving service and nothing more. Krishna accepts even a little flower from his pure devotee. He does not want any kind of offering from a non-devotee. He is not in need of anything from anyone because he is self-sufficient, and yet he accepts the offering of his devotee in an exchange of love and affection. To develop Krishna consciousness is the highest perfection of life. Bhakti is mentioned twice in this verse in order to declare more emphatically that bhakti, or devotional service, is the only means to approach Krishna. No other condition, such as becoming a brahmana, a learned scholar, a very rich man, or a great philosopher, can induce Krishna to accept some offering. Without the basic principle of bhakti, meaning love of Krishna, nothing can induce the Lord to agree to accept anything from anyone. Bhakti is never causal. The process is eternal. It is direct action in service to the absolute whole, meaning Krishna. Here, Lord Krishna, having established that he is the only enjoyer, the primeval Lord, and the real object of all sacrificial offerings, reveals that types of sacrifices he desires to be offered. If one wishes to engage in devotional service to the Supreme Lord in order to be purified and to reach the goal of life, the transcendental loving service of God, then one should find out what the Lord desires of him. One who loves Krishna will give Krishna whatever he wants, and he avoids offering anything which is undesirable or unasked. Thus, meat, fish, and eggs should not be offered to Krishna. If he desired such things as offerings, he would have said so. Instead, he clearly requests that a leaf, fruit, flowers, and water be given to him. And he says of this offering, I will accept it. Therefore, we should understand that he will not accept meat, fish, and eggs. Vegetables, grains, fruits, milk, and water are the proper foods for human beings and are prescribed by Lord Krishna himself. Whatever else we eat cannot be offered to him, since he will not accept it. Thus, we cannot be acting on the level of loving devotion if we offer such foods, such as meat, fish, etc. In the third chapter, verse 13, Sri Krishna explains that only the remains of sacrifice are purified and fit for consumption by those who are seeking advancement in life and release from the clutches of the material entanglement. Those who do not make an offering of their food, he says in the same verse, are eating only sin. In other words, their every mouthful is simply deepening their involvement in the complexities of material nature. But preparing nice, simple vegetable dishes, offering them before the picture of the deity of Lord Krishna, and bowing down and praying for him to accept such a humble offering enables one to advance steadily in life, to purify the body, and to create fine brain tissues, which will lead to clear thinking. Above all, the offering should be made with an attitude of love. Krishna has no need of food. since he already possesses everything that be, yet he will accept the offering of one who desires to please him in that way. The important element in preparation and serving and in offering is to act with love for Krishna. The impersonalist philosophers who wish to maintain that the absolute truth is without senses cannot comprehend this verse of Bhagavad Gita. To them, it is either a metaphor or proof of the mundane character of Krishna, the speaker of the Bhagavad Gita. But in actuality, Krishna, the Supreme Godhead, has senses, and it is stated that his senses are interchangeable. In other words, one sense can perform the function of any other sense. This is what it means to say that Krishna is absolute. Lacking senses, he could hardly be considered full in all opulences. In the 7th chapter, Krishna has explained that he impregnates the living entities into material nature. This is done by his looking upon material nature. And so, in this instance, Krishna's hearing the devotee's words of love in offering foodstuffs is wholly identical with his eating and actually tasting. This point should be emphasized because of his absolute position. His hearing is wholly identical with his eating and tasting. Only the devotee who accepts Krishna as he describes himself without interpretation can understand that the supreme absolute truth can eat food and enjoy it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now, this is all what you would call very high-level knowledge, spiritual knowledge of who Krishna is and how to please Krishna. This is the real education that we need. We don't need to be educated in mathematics or sociology or biology or any of the ajis. If we're educated properly, it's because we have heard and meditated on the words of Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. That's real education. Therefore, every day we have a class, and it's all about who Krishna is and how to please Krishna and how to attain love and devotion for the Lord. If we attain love and devotion for Krishna, all our problems go away. And Krishna guarantees that he will protect us. So, this is real knowledge. This is real activity. Why? Because it is eternal. Anything connected to Krishna is eternal. So, we do not want to engage in mundane activities because they're all temporary. But, no, that's all right, just show me what it is. Yeah, that's good. We want to engage in transcendental activities that are eternal. Therefore, if you understand this one verse that we're reading today, which says, if one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. This is a very, very profound statement by Krishna. So you don't have to be a rocket engineer to understand this. You simply have to have a pure heart. And you don't have to spend huge amounts of money or study so many different books or whatever. Simply learn this one verse and purport, and this is the perfection of human life. This is guaranteed that you'll go back to Godhead with this knowledge. So therefore, Krishna says, if one offers me, you can repeat after me, if one offers me with love and devotion, a leaf of flower, a fruit or water, I will accept it. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. For the intelligent person, it is essential to be in Krishna consciousness, engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Connection is to be a pure devotee of the Lord. It does not matter what one is or where one is situated. The process is so easy that even a leaf or a little water or fruit can be offered to the Supreme Lord in genuine love, and the Lord will be pleased to accept it. No one, therefore, can be barred from Krishna consciousness because it is so easy and universal. Who is such a fool that he does not want to be Krishna conscious? By this simple method, and thus attain the highest perfection of life, of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. Krishna wants only loving service and nothing else. Krishna accepts even a little flower from his pure devotee. He does not want any kind of offering from a non-devotee. He is not in need of anything from anyone because he is self-sufficient. And yet he accepts the offering of his devotee in an exchange of love and affection. To develop Krishna consciousness is the highest perfection of life. Is the highest perfection of life. Bhakti is mentioned twice in this verse in order to declare more emphatically that bhakti or devotional service is the only means to approach Krishna. No other condition, such as becoming a brahmana, a learned scholar, a very rich man, or a great philosopher, can induce Krishna to accept some offering. Without the basic principle of bhakti, nothing can induce the Lord to agree to accept anything from anyone. Bhakti is never causal. The process is eternal. It is direct action in service to the absolute whole, meaning Krishna. Here, Lord Krishna established that he is the only enjoyer, the primal Lord, and the real object of all sacrificial offerings. Sacrificial offerings reveals what types of sacrifices he desires to be offered. If one wishes to engage in devotional service to the Supreme, in order to be purified and to reach the goal of life, the transcendental loving service of God, then one should find out what the Lord desires of him. One who loves Krishna will give him whatever he wants. And he avoids offering anything which is undesirable or unasked. Thus, meat, fish, and eggs should not be offered to Krishna. If he desired such things as offerings, he would have said so. Instead, he clearly requests that a leaf, fruit, flowers, and water be given to him. Fruit, flowers, and water be given to him. And he says of this offering, I will accept it. Therefore, we should understand that he will not accept meat, fish, and eggs. Vegetables, grains, fruits, milk, and water are the proper foods for human beings and are prescribed by Lord Krishna himself. Whatever else we eat cannot be offered to him, since he will not accept it. Thus, we cannot be acting on the level of loving devotion if we offer such foods. In the 3rd chapter, verse 13, Sri Krishna explains that only the remains of sacrifice are purified and fit for consumption by those who are seeking advancement in life and release from the clutches of material entanglement. Those who do not make an offering of their food. Krishna says in the same verse, are eating only sin. In other words, their every mouthful is simply deepening their involvement in the complexities of material nature. But preparing nice, simple vegetable dishes, offering them before the picture or the deity of Lord Krishna, and bowing down and praying for him to accept such a humble offering enables one to advance steadily in life, to purify the body, and to create fine brain tissues, which will lead to clear thinking. Above all, the offering should be made with an attitude of love. Krishna has no need of food, since he already possesses everything. Since he always possesses everything that be, yet he will accept the offering of one who desires to please him in that way. The important element in preparation, in serving, and in offering is to act with love for Krishna. The impersonalist philosophers who wish to maintain that the absolute truth is without senses cannot comprehend this verse of Bhagavad Gita. To them, it is either a metaphor or proof of the mundane character of Krishna. The speaker of the Bhagavad Gita. But in actuality, Krishna, the Supreme Godhead, has senses, and it is stated that his senses are interchangeable. In other words, one sense can perform the function of any other. This is what it means to say that Krishna is absolute. Lacking senses, he could hardly be considered full in all opulences. In the 7th chapter, Krishna has explained that he impregnates the living entities into material nature. This is done by his looking upon material nature. And so, in this instance, Krishna is hearing the devotee's words of love in offering foodstuffs is wholly identical with his eating and actually tasting. This point should be emphasized because his absolute position, his hearing is wholly identical with his eating and tasting. Only the devotee who accepts Krishna as he describes himself, without interpretation, can understand that the supreme absolute truth, Krishna, can eat food and enjoy it. This is like profound knowledge. It's explaining who Krishna is and what his specific transcendental qualities are. He is not an ordinary person, but yet he presents himself in a very simple and kind way, so even the most ignorant person can understand and make spiritual advancement. Now, none of you are ignorant people, so that means that you should have extra knowledge after reading this, right? So our takeaway for today is the following. And it says, those who do not make an offering of their food, Krishna says in the same verse, are eating only sin. In other words, their every mouthful is simply deepening their involvement in the complexities of material nature. By preparing nice, simple vegetable dishes, offering them before the picture or the deity of Lord Krishna, and bowing down and praying for him to accept such a humble offering enables one to advance steadily in life, to purify the body, and to create fine brain tissues, which will lead to clear thinking. Above all, the offering should be made with an attitude of love. Krishna has no need of food, since he already possesses everything that be
Yet he will accept the offering of one who desires to please him in that way. The important element in preparation, in serving, and in offering is to act with love for Krishna. The impersonalist philosophers who wish to maintain that the absolute truth is without senses cannot comprehend this verse of Bhagavad Gita. To them, it is either a metaphor or proof of the mundane character of Krishna, the speaker of the Bhagavad Gita. But in actuality, Krishna, the Supreme Godhead, has senses, and it is stated that his senses are interchangeable. In other words, no one can perform the function of any other. I'm sorry. Let me just read this. But in actuality, Krishna, the Supreme Godhead, has senses, and it is stated that his senses are interchangeable. In other words, one sense can perform the function of any other sense. That is what it means to say that Krishna is absolute. Lacking senses, he could hardly be considered full in all opulences. In the 7th chapter, Krishna has explained that he impregnates the living entities into the material nature. This is done by his looking upon material nature. Now that is a very profound statement. Let's discuss this a little bit, because if you understand this, you become spiritually educated. In other words, a living entity does not come into the world by a father and mother engaging in sex, and therefore a child comes. That is not the way, that is not the truth. The truth is the following right here, is what is being said here. In the 7th chapter, Krishna has explained that he impregnates the living entities into material nature. So the living entity is not coming through the semen of the father. It's Krishna who impregnates the baby or the living entity into the womb of the mother. This is done by his looking upon material nature. So he doesn't have to have sex with the mother to produce a child. He simply looks, and the child enters the womb of the mother. And so in this instance, Krishna's hearing the devotee's words of love in offering foodstuffs is wholly identical with his eating and actually tasting. This point should be emphasized because of his absolute position. His hearing is wholly identical with his eating and tasting. Only the devotee who accepts Krishna as he describes himself without interpretation can understand that the Supreme Absolute Truth can eat food and enjoy it. In the same way, Krishna has explained that he impregnates the living entities into material nature. This is done by his looking upon material nature. Just see how powerful Krishna is. He simply has to look, and living entities enter into the material world and through the womb of a mother, and eventually come out as a child. It's all by looking. And Krishna has that power that nobody else can emulate. That's why he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Let me read it again. In the 7th chapter, Krishna has explained that he impregnates the living entities into material nature. This is done by his looking upon material nature. And so, in this instance, Krishna is hearing the devotee's words of love in offering foodstuffs, is wholly identical with his eating and actually tasting. So he can eat and taste simply by hearing the prayers of the devotees. And he can impregnate a woman simply by looking. He doesn't have to engage in any type of sexual activity. So we have to be very careful to understand the transcendental powers of Krishna. Once we understand these things, then we understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, we'll stop right there. Are there any questions? Are there any questions or comments? Okay, our takeaway for today is the following. His hearing is wholly identical with his eating and tasting. In other words, simply by hearing is equal to eating and tasting. Only the devotee who accepts Krishna as he declares himself without interpretation can understand that the Supreme Absolute Truth can eat food and enjoy it. Yeah, he doesn't have to chew the food or anything like that. He can eat food and enjoy it simply by looking at it. And that's where it says that Krishna's hearing the devotee's words of love in offering the foodstuff is wholly identical with his eating and actually tasting. This point should be emphasized because of his absolute position. So he simply has to hear the words of the devotees of love in offering the foodstuffs, and it's wholly identical with his eating and actually tasting. That is our takeaway for tonight, and you should meditate on that because it just tells you the mysterious nature of Krishna's activities. He doesn't have to do things in the same way that we do. Simply his hearing is enough for him to taste and digest the food. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila